I went to a 12-step meeting and to learn about attachment, love, romance, all of that. Avoidance, addiction meaning attachment. So I was thinking about, my self-esteem, my appearance, being wanted, beauty, self-worth, and how little that was about, like, um, let's say, basically I was thinking about how I wanted more connection with someone, but what serves me seems to be like connecting with more parts of myself and wanting not only to be known externally in the in the past. It's like now it feels like I wanted to be known internally, but I really let myself go and I was feeling a lot of shame. And I thought, maybe the weight that I gained was like protection. It was a shield because of the sense of beauty and being wanted. It's like, could someone see deeper? Could someone see the real me? Could there be desire without gratification? Like basically it would be to channel, harness, and sublimate that energy, for pleasure, for power. And so think of this future unknown. It's like, could I sustain it, or could it grow to fruition or merge if it's not guaranteed? And, tolerating guilt or greed feelings, and that's part of pleasure and desire. Because is it someone else's portion? Did I take too much? There's a lot of layers to this. So you actually learn a lot of skills by dealing with pleasure and desire. And I was feeling like, peace was feeling really lonely and empty sometimes because, on the one hand, I used to be feeling like I was objectifying men, but I was also being objectified. But also, like, men are people too. People are like there was someone who was giving me this unconditional acceptance. I felt it should have been enough, because I never got that. But I really wanted more. I wanted to be enjoyed also and pursued. And someone else could bring the pursuit and the enjoyment, but who knows what's most important? Like, do I want to be pursued and enjoyed, or do I want to be unconditionally accepted? And what environments do those people create where they get to be the one to enjoy and pursue you, or to accept you unconditionally? Like, do they need to bring out the worst in you so they get to be the one who accepts you, or do they get to only be pleased with the good parts of you so they could enjoy you? So it feels like it's really like a man's world in a lot of ways. And that's really room for me to connect with my higher power, because I don't feel like, let's say someone saw me fully, they would really be attracted. So that means I'm not seeing myself with God's eyes, with God's love. If I really shared as much as I wanted, and I didn't feel like I was getting the reciprocity. Like, I couldn't force anyone to desire or want me, but I wasn't getting like what I wanted out of it. So like, maybe instead of going through a man to love myself, maybe I could love myself directly. But then it's really like sad to have to let go of, it was like a lot of grief to let go of the one that I thought could. And I would like to share a piece of Torah on this from the Zohar. It says, one who loves the king does much chesed to everyone, because this is an act of true kindness. Not wishing for a reward, but acting so for the love that one bears for the king. Chesed comes out of love for the king. Abraham was called my beloved because of his love for him. He did much kindness for the world. So I was thinking, like, what's going to really be the right partner for me? Someone who's a loving person, not because of anything to do with me. They're just kind because they're a kind person. That would be the right man for me, because it's not going to depend on me at all. And I have to believe Hashem will send me that. And what I was dealing with in terms of feeling like I was dealing with a very avoidant person, not to say that I'm not avoidant as well. I looked this up, and it's Victoria Moretti, Victoria Meretti, on Instagram. She says that avoidant people have needs in a relationship. Specifically, one is benefit of the doubt when they're unresponsive. That I'm going to be there in the hard times too. Curiosity before conclusions and accusations. So this is when, they don't admit that no one was ever there or reliable, and that's why vulnerability is so hard for them. And respect for their space, because they sometimes need to refill, disconnect, recharge. And a love language is also that their love language is actions, and the affirmation, giving words of affirmation, maybe like let's say what someone else might want, let's say me, is not as fluent of a practice. They didn't grow up with their needs met, with a healthy attachment. And finally, they need to self-regulate before coming together, and they want that also from their partner, that the person should self-regulate before coming in with the big issues or conversations. The urgency, the anxiety, and the dysregulation really makes them feel threatened and self-protective, reactive, unfocused and defensive. It's not going to go very well. So basically, it's like the genuine effort it doesn't need to be always perfect. Just to make the effort to self-regulate. So I was thinking of this person I was attached to from California who never came to see me and was avoiding me. And, in the ways that I wasn't really able to provide those things for them. when they were unresponsive, I couldn't get benefit of the doubt because I felt cut out. My trauma felt like I was being excluded, cut out of the house. Like, I didn't feel like they were coming with the curiosity I wanted. And I didn't really respect the need for space. And I feel like the love language of the actions is not enough. I needed the words more. I tried to self-regulate before going to them, but sometimes it was too hard because I wanted them to be there co-regulating me also during the hard times. I didn't want to always have to be regulated when I come to him. Actually, that was the trauma for me with him, was why there was chaos, was because he wouldn't be there for me when I needed that. And I need that. I need someone who could be regulated with me, someone who cares enough to stay present with me, to turn around instead of running away and face me and say, how can I help you? And that would have caused a lot of these patterns to fade away. So anyway, I was looking at him and I did a reading with somebody. Intuitive reading. I don't know, she uses cards and different things, but so what are some traits I found attractive in this person? Think about this as window shopping, okay? Let's say, I've heard someone say you should look at dating as window shopping, okay? Family-oriented, diplomatic, stable, pensive, deep thinker, pragmatic, weighs both sides, okay with walking away and retreating from issues, could withhold and restrain, mellow, deliberate, methodical, slow and steady, sticks to their values, mystery-oriented, inner wisdom, money, career, responsible, doesn't like conflict, and doesn't have enemies. What are some traits I found unattractive? Doesn't know how to have healthy conflict, refuses to ask for help or guidance, self-limiting, shame-based beliefs, controlling, shallow surface level avoidant relationships, gets overwhelmed by emotions instead of facing the depth and growing, refuses to bow to something bigger than him, acts against his intuition, leaves things unresolved, overly fearful of being cheated on, so he doesn't trust, wants a backup plan. He's unable to verbalize feelings well and gets frustrated and jealous of me about that. He prefers the temporary fix, what you call like easy prey, new things, rather than being challenged or rising to the occasion or having to effort and work, but then losing out in life and self-abandoning and ending up at the point of unidentified sorrow and grief because of bottling up feelings and not even trying or learning to express or learning to trust himself and the other. Felt that he was jealous, not only that I'm charming, entertaining, and well-liked while he prefers to lurk in the shadows, but also because I was eloquent, because I am eloquent, heartfelt, eccentric, and he was jealous also that I always got the last word because he didn't have the confidence to diligently speak his mind yet. So I think it's a good place to stop. And I wish everybody all the best. Okay, bye-bye.